This morning, I managed to call out John Leguizamo on Twitter. I managed to call out Food's Gone Wild on Twitter. I was like, oh, they Food's Gone Wild tweeted, oh, we just hit 2 million on Instagram. Orale, high socks.
They tweeted that out?
Yeah, orale, we just hit 2 million. I was like, Mazel Tov. Look into it. Then I retweeted them. I was like, why y'all mad? Because they said something about Dave Chappelle. I was like, why y'all mad at Dave Chappelle and Kanye and Kyrie? Look into it. Yeah, this is episode 250. Please follow RPT Studios on YouTube and my other channel as well, Chingo Bling, because these shorts finna go viral, big time.
They are already.
These shorts finna go viral. I'm gonna get this right eardrum looked into and checked, and then I'm gonna be able to hear real good. Matter of fact, turn up the headphones real quick.
Is this here?
Yeah. Episode 250. Follow us on YouTube. All the clips going viral. Is that volume all the way up?
No, do you want it to?
Oh, no, I'm just checking because I didn't know if you're like, oh my God, this dude's like deaf for real.
No, I said this years ago, and it's funny because I adjusted one to be for you, and then when I realized you said, I don't know why I thought you would sit over here, mine were up to your level, and I was like, oh God, I had to turn mine down because that's how you like yours.
That's how it is, man. When you busy with lawsuits and stuff like that, you ain't got time to, certain shit starts falling through the cracks. But yeah, we coming in hot. Episode 250. MMA class went well yesterday. I was soaked, and my partner was probably wondering, why is this dude taking out all his frustration in this class? Like, you know, when you
saw it on his face.
Like, no, like I'm hitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This ain't no tap cardio kickbox. Like I'm making sure the hook gonna hook.
Yeah, this is Pajeda on Izzy's face, basically.
I didn't even watch. I didn't even get to see the fight. Okay. I didn't even get to see MMA. But like when you do the sit-ups in the class, you're supposed to, like, your partner sits standing on your toes and they extend the gloves out wide. So when you come up for the sit-up, you know, tas.
Yeah.
Every single one of them sit-ups was tas. Why? Because I trust Mexico's elections more at this point. This is episode 250. All these clips finna go viral. Y'all done messed up and let us figure out that the shorts and the nuggets of these episodes. You know, I'm trying to get ahead of it now because I'm letting my raza know. Eva Longoria, you might as well start pushing. Fetterman now. Get ahead of it, right? How long till they start pushing Fetterman?
It's a no-brainer, Chingo.
I tag John Leguizamo. I'm gonna leave Lopez alone because he been, you know what I'm saying, he ain't been saying nothing. So we leaving George Lopez alone.
He was pretty quiet this
leave him
cycle,
alone,
right?
And he got a new show on Peacock. My boy Jerry Garcia's in a few episodes. So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Fantastic. Good for Jerry.
You know, we praying for everybody. However, at Eva Longoria, at John Leguizamo, go ahead and start getting behind candidate Fetterman now. We know y'all want an empty suit. We know y'all want a husk of a man. Y'all shit looking like what is that? Wizard of Oz. These motherfuckers ain't got no heart, no brain, no courage. And the GOP goofy. They goofy too.
You got to follow at Chingo Bling on Twitter. At just Chingo Bling. That's it on Twitter.
This how goofy the GOP is. They just pulled a whole bunch of malarkey on y'all's midterms. And y'all over here fighting over who our candidate gonna be 2024. Y'all over here talking about, nah, man, Ron this, nah, Don this, and nah, Don Ron, and Ron, nah, the Don, and the Ron, and the no, and the, how we gonna do 2024? It's gonna be malarkey there too. And we coming in spicy on this episode. I don't have time to tell y'all about my long, interesting night, how the baby was up all night.
Oof.
But shout out to that little piece of chocolate I had right before bed. That was the bee's knees. So while the baby's screaming her head off, acting a fool, wanting to play at 4 a.m, I was chilling.
All right.
I was coasting, you know what I'm saying?
Good chocolate. I'll give the update.
Oh yeah. That's the bee's knees right there.
Badass.
But I'm pissed off at Harris County, my damn self. I'm fed up with my county. I can't wait to move about Harris County, dog.
Dude, so I told Chingo on the way in, I was like, you got to listen to, we reference Michael Berry all the time. And he's got a couple of blocks every day, right? 30-minute block throughout the day. And he's got some short ones. And Monday's episodes where he had, precinct judges and poll watchers.
Michael Berry Show podcast.
Michael Berry Show podcast.
Because it's hard for us to catch it terrestrial.
Yeah.
Live. Most of his audience does, but
Yeah.
I tell them all the time. keep going with the podcast.
Please, yeah.
That's how we tune in. So go on.
So all the people I know, like the linemen that work for the energy company or the gas side, and that are out there, doing whatever the manual labor work is, they all listen to Michael Berry in the trucks when they're going from job site to job site. But the podcast is more our pace. But he had people calling in, giving their accounts and their stories of how these poll sites were being run. And I mean, did you catch it by chance or no? It's okay if you didn't.
I listened to the first half. I didn't get to finish it this morning.
There's 2 other 30-minute segments, so a total about 90 minutes. And people are calling in, a couple of fans with questions about, should we vote earlier or should we just have year-long voting, something like to that effect. And Michael Berry went on this rant, which I'll quote here in a second. But the amount of anomalies, right? And I know this is on YouTube. This is Wednesday. This is a free episode. This is the kind of stuff that we're trying to tiptoe around. So if you want premium episodes, you got to go to patreon.com/redpilltamales. But judges, volunteers, people who are just in the mix, right? Not even like directly with a machine or directly with ballot boxes, but people that were in the areas calling call after call with all these crazy anomalies, all this stuff. And it can't help but you can't help but wonder, man, like what really happened. And now the media, so as of right now, they're calling this Arizona thing for Katie Hobbs, and every headline, election denier gets beat, election denier, this, that, and the other. It's not about election denialism. I guess it is at face value, but it's more about just transparency in your community. And Harris County is a big-ass community with not a lot of transparency, and that's not a good combination.
Yeah, man. What Rob's trying to say is both sides use fear. Right? Obviously, the right, the GOP and conservatives are going to be like, hey, man, they're trying to indoctrinate your kids. They trying to take your rights away. You know what I'm saying? They will stop at nothing. They always got malarkey. That's how the right going to scare you. And then the left going to scare you. Obviously, the right can go on and on. Like, bro, we running out of diesel fuel. These people are green climate communists. Like, they're pushing this junk science. They're godless and everything else. Most of the stuff I pretty much agree with.
Yeah.
And then the way the left uses fear effectively is these people are election deniers. Our democracy is at stake. And they're able to basically convince their side to be like, Kerry fake. Kerry fake loss. Yeah, that was one of my comments.
I didn't see that.
That's one of my comments on my YouTube, on RPT Studio.
Yeah.
And I basically was like, what is it about Kerry Lake you don't like? Like, what? Yeah. Explain. Right? Unpack that. Because, I mean, it's like, how do they scare you into being afraid of Kerry Lake? Like, why are you happy? It's like she literally, this is her first time trying to be in public office. So, like, she don't have no voting history in terms of, like, she voted against funding of schools, or like, I didn't like her comments about abortion or whatever. It's like, what's your beef with Kerry Lake? Because this is her first time running. What was that? They doing construction?
Yeah.
She's a TV. She was a TV news anchor for like 20 years or something. Like super popular in Arizona in the Phoenix area. But when the tabulators ain't tabulating, we ain't allowed to say nothing because they're right away. Oh, election denier, election. ¿Sabe por qué? Por eso ya todos me la pelan. Todos me la pelan. I'm on your ass, boy. We tagging everybody. Boy, hey, every time they say, Chingo, man, quit calling out Latino Hollywood. Quit saying Latino Hollywood gonna keep pushing these lackluster candidates upon us. Stop saying who really owns Fools Gone Wild, and they just over here making us look stupid. And I'm gonna keep running my mouth. And every time y'all say, Chingo, stop, let them breathe a little bit. Chingo, relax. What's your beef? Chingo, just keep your mouth shut. Chingo, just self-censor yourself. Chingo, stop talking about freedom and freedom of speech and God, family, country, and all this other stuff. Every time y'all say that, I'm gonna be like this. Boy, it's up.
Dude, Chingo came in on a whole nother level. I was listening to Michael Berry's smooth, soft voice on the way in, ready to just like dig into some of this stuff. And I had I had a little bit of time before Chingo got here, and then you come in here with this fucking...
Yeah, and the reason Rob had a little bit of time is because... my wife has a lot on her plate. The wifager, she schedules everything. And Sunny, she had a class from like 9 to 9:45, which she didn't go to because I said, hey, what time did you tell Rob? She said, 9:30. Right? So she's like, I guess she's not going to go to that class. And we were already off schedule. Penny had pictures. It's picture day at school. Cool. So my wife has to do her hair. My wife didn't sleep. I really didn't sleep. we didn't sleep. The baby didn't even sleep. And then she want to be yawning and shit in the morning. The baby want to sit there with her bottle and her blanket in the morning like, I'm tired looking ass.
What do you say when the baby's looking at you like that? Like, I'm tired. Take me to bed.
Yeah, no, Marisol was like, this old, man.
This old.
But anyway, we coming in hot. To tie it all together, Michael Berry said, and I'm going to paraphrase, he said, like, they know that we know that they're cheating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know that we know that they know that we know that they cheating.
Yeah.
And they do it right in your face. They will sit here and make it seem like counting ballots for a month or whatever, 3 fucking weeks or whatever, is totally fine. Mailing in your shit, mailing ballots to people who didn't request no ballot is democracy.
Yeah, he titled one of the blocks of like they know that we know that, you know, that kind of thing. And so here's a quote from the first block of Monday's episode on Michael Berry Show podcast. Democrats look at elections like war. Republicans look at elections like the rec league at a gym for over 50-year-olds, calling every play foul while they dunk on us. Republicans require everyone to be fair, decent, and follow the rules. Once Dems got into power, they brought in third world standards and said, now stop us. Now, if you're not balls deep in all this like we are, but I'm sure you are because you're listening to RPT, you can resonate with that because that is what we've heard for years and years and years. Like once, the Dems get in and they do what they want, the Republicans will be like, well, we'll take our wins where we get them and like we'll see what happens later on. They're already talking about 2024, like you said at the top of the podcast. But he said it somewhere else too. Like we have to follow suit in a sense of what like Florida did. No mail-in ballots. Stop it right there. STAHP. Stop it.
I put the camera on me. I probably done lost about 100 racks off of just being vocal. Everybody gets to be vocal, but you said it best, and Michael Berry said it best as well. The left, they treat this shit like war. These motherfuckers have issued economic warfare on me. They
Basically.
did economic warfare on me. The powers that be, who, Chingo, you want punishment, bro. You just got to shut the fuck up. Probably lost about 6 figures.
Yeah.
Fucking around with these people. You know what I'm saying? So if this ain't a clip, I don't know what is. Like, people be like, oh, Chingo, you just... Bro, I'm not going to shut up. I done lost about 100 racks over y'all being sensitive. John Leguizamo gets to tweet about politics all day. Yeah, but he's not a denier. Or whatever your little bullshit excuse is. Eva Longoria could post about politics. Christella could post about politics. Everybody could post about politics unless you saying, hey, man, I believe in God, family, country. All of a sudden, you a pariah. All of a sudden, they waging economic warfare on you. So guess what? Both sides could play.
You're going to get it now.
Both sides could play.
So another thing you mentioned too, and I don't know if we've said this before, I think I heard you originally say the phrase a long time ago, game day, like voting on game day, and how, and I never understood that personally, honestly. It's always early voting or shut the fuck up. Like if you're going to tell me you're going to wait till the day of, sorry, that offends you. I have friends that do that. They wait till the last day. If you have a really good reason, I understand. But if you're just saying that like, no, I'm going to go because on game day is when it's going to count the most, I totally disagree with you. And we saw that unfold here in Harris County. So the earlier the better, man.
Real quick, we want to take time to shout out our sponsors. Shout out to man, this is family, bro. These are the homies. Y'all know I still put out singles from time to time. I'm always complaining I don't get in the studio enough. But when I do, and I want to release a hot track to all my listeners on Apple Music, Spotify, I make sure I deal with my people. So South Music Distribution, they handle all the digital. And dude, they deal business to business. They deal with artists, mainly. So it's not even really something that the average listener can really take advantage of per se. However, you can go on there and shop on their website. They got vinyl, some classic titles and special releases and stuff like that. Follow them on Instagram, So South TX. But even though they mainly deal with like global distribution of artists and things like that, they're like, hey, we want to show love to the podcast. We work with you already. We support what you do, support your voice. So we appreciate the love. So South. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, SoSouthTX, and of course, hit up the website, SoSouth.com. If you're an artist and you need services like marketing, consulting, they do all that too. They make sure they get all your royalties, all your publishing in more markets. They even submit your music for like movies, television, commercials, and media. Go get some more info right now. Hit up the website, SoSouth.com, and go stream my old catalog, all my old titles brought to you by SoSouth. Get on Spotify, go on Apple Music. SoSouth, make sure all my music is everywhere when you're looking for it. Much love. Back to the show.
Earlier the better to get out. The next time you have a chance to, vocalize your point of view in your county and your community, get the fuck out there early, please.
You do know the reason why they were pushing game day voting? No?
I mean, if you go down the rabbit hole of what areas R or D, the amount of people that are expected or projected to be there, how much paper and supplies need to be at these places, and how they historically plan to vote. There's a little trail of breadcrumbs that you could see where you might want to create manufactured hiccups, I guess you can call it.
Manufactured hiccup. Okay, no, but what I'm asking you is, why do you think a lot of people on the right, or GOP, conservative Republicans, why do you think that they're always saying, hey, dude, don't vote early, go on the day?
Because on the day of, then there's no tally of like how much they need in order to catch up. If you're all in on all these malfunctions, then if everybody went early,
like an algorithm, is what you're saying.
On game day, you'd be able to be like, okay, they'd be like, all right, we need 100K here and 50K there in order to be able to be past the finish line over them. But if everybody goes on game day, in their mind, they're like, oh, they'll have no heads up of how many people have voted.
And then all they got to do is, oops, the machines weren't tabulating that day.
Yeah.
They had to go in box 3, behind door number 3. That's how they did me.
Oh, that's right. Right.
When I went to the first machine, I don't know what you call that machine, and I don't know why that doesn't register as a vote, right? But it was like, okay, you're done after you done pressed all the buttons. Then it prints out 2 sheets, and then you got to walk over to the other lady with the other machine. Apparently, that's the tabulator, where somehow it scans through there, and it stays in there. Well, only my first sheet scanned through and stayed in. The second one, it wouldn't scan. So she's like, well, apparently this one we have to put in this box, but don't worry, we'll adjudicate it. We'll adjudicate it later. Basically, a human got to then go back and be like, oh, yeah, I think Chingo voted straight Democrat because he's a person of color. He's Latinx. He's Latinx.
He's oppressed.
Yeah, he's brown. Therefore,
he's scared of ghosts.
Hey, he likes Fools Gone Wild. He's brown. He's supposed to.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, I told them boys, Mazel tov. Congratulations.
Oh, shit, man. Well, I don't know. The big takeaway from all this, especially if you listen to all of Michael Berry's takes on this, is that you got to reform the voting laws in Texas before the next election. So in the next 2 years, we got to get pretty close to, if not as far as Florida. Like, look, Florida's huge. Texas is huge. Harris County itself is huge. I think he said on there that Harris County alone is bigger than 3 or 4 states put together. Not put together, but 3 or 4 individual states. Which is,
damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. So why are you squeezing all these people into a one day block, or trying to get millions of people to go on this one day? And there's just a lot of weirdness.
I think this is what I got to say, man. Regardless if you believe that, hey, Republicans in Harris County, y'all should vote early. You don't think they'd still did what they did?
Maybe.
All the harvesting, all the mail-ins.
Yes, but so mail-ins is definitely got to be done with. But you know what? One of the biggest issues was just supplies. These polling stations were running out of paper, and they never should have ran out of paper. So if you go, there was no issues 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before.
Whose job was it? Whose job is it in Harris County to make sure, motherfucker, it's gonna be paper so we can vote?
The election, the newly crowned elections commission, yes,
buddy named Tatum,
who, by the way, ran out of D.C. for election malfeasance, from what I read.
And he was recruited, and all of a sudden he's recruited to come to Harris County.
Fact check me on that. If
hey
you're
man,
listening to this.
I'm tired of this goofy ass county, bro. I can't wait. I can't wait to get about this goofy ass county.
And it's unfortunate, right? Because as the good Christian that you are, you want to have faith in everything and everyone, right? But
no, that's not what Christians believe, bro. What you mean? But go on, finish your point.
You want to be a good person. I want to be a good person, but you can only give people the benefit of the doubt for so long before you're like, all right, you're spitting in my face, and I'm watching you spit in my face.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's up.
It's
boy
all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't holding shit back. They done already waged economic warfare.
That's true.
So, we over here getting ready.
Yeah,
we ain't you see the camo. Come on now.
You look like John Donner.
You know what I'm saying?
Chingo walks in with a rash guard. I'm like, what time's class? Like, you going right after this?
Nah, man. You know what it is, bro. We just stay ready, bro. Warrior mindset.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? White belt, baby Glock. What it do?
Got the band on the watch to match, too?
Baby Glock with 3 C's.
I like it.
Know what I'm talking about?
So.
Fuck you mean. And shout out to grindopscoffeeco.com. Ooh, 100% Arabica medium dark roast. That's what it is. It's medium dark.
Medium dark.
Yeah, medium dark. See?
I said that night. When I told Don, I was like, yeah, it's a medium. I said, no, wait, it's a medium dark.
Yeah, it's a medium dark. You're right. Red pill blend. This package right here is 12 ounces. This one already comes ground up, so you ain't got to fuck with it. You see the logo on there. What you do is, first of all, it's a veteran-owned company. They're based out of the Valley, based out of McAllen, Texas. This package right here is good till July 2023. So, hey, that means you can stock up on the Red Pill Blend. Hit up grindopscoffeeco.com. Sass.
Here's what you do, too. You stock up on it, all right? And you sit on it until you find the later batches for 2024 so that when we're gearing up for the then red tsunami that'll come in 2 years, maybe or maybe not, you'll be able to sip on the Red Pill Blend, which is a limited edition, too.
Yeah, so Rob is right. You should stock up on it, mainly because hydrocarbons and diesel and gas and all that shit is going up. Therefore, all other products and commodities go up because to harvest and cultivate coffee beans and all that requires machinery and people who need gas to get to work and everything else. So, hey, the Dems are in charge. Gas finna go up. They playing these games. So make sure you stock up on the essentials. You don't want to be... when shit hits the fan and you sleepy, you ain't got no caffeine. You don't want shit to hit the fan and you ain't got no motherfucking coffee. You might as well enjoy the last days.
I think I'm gonna have to bring my own coffee machine and make some of that, just so that I always have it on deck and kind of leave the energy drinks behind for a bit and just sip on Red Pill Blend for the next couple of months.
Yeah, I'm not big into energy drinks, but certain ones, I'm not mad at it. Marisol, she likes those Celsius ones.
Yeah,
and they contain. I finally read the packaging. It's like, I forget the letters. It's like EGSG or something, which is basically some kind of little molecule that is found in green tea. It's a combination of like the molecule found in green tea and garlic. And it's something that Tim Ferriss would always push as a supplement. So it got to the point where you could even go on Amazon and people start formulating the green tea garlic, that the little molecule, whatever, which is good for like thermogenesis and fat burning.
Okay.
A lot of fat burning and shit like that. Yeah. So, it's a lot of good game on this podcast. So if y'all tuning in, you up.
Yeah, you absolutely are. And Juan yesterday was mentioning, because I was talking about Ghost Drinks, which these drinks companies need to sponsor the podcast, right?
For real.
But I switched to this one.
At least send us a little palette or something.
A little palette?
Yeah, a little palette.
Of drinks, bars, something, powders. This brand has like energy and focus. The other one was like Super Brain. And he was mentioning, he's like, I like the Super Brain ones because I feel like the nootropic aspect of it really helps. We had Magic Mind as a sponsor for a short campaign. People loved it and, used it and bought it. I liked it a lot. So the nootropic aspect of supplements, I've always been a fan of.
Yeah.
Do you still take some?
Hey, man. Come on, bro. What you think I was on last night?
The smirk, man. People missed the smirk real quick.
Bro, say your last sentence one more time.
That drink had alpha GPC and acetylcholine, I think, and those are just two of the supplements that I know are on its Alpha Brain, and they're effective. Was what I wanted to say. If you see stuff like that, like nootropics, and you're not familiar with it, see what nootropics are in the drink or in the supplement, and then do a little bit of research and see what GPC or acetylcholine does, and then try it. Like, a lot of people are scared to try that stuff.
Fungus is your friend.
Fungus is your friend.
Fungus is your friend. That's what I'm gonna put on my toenail. That's the slogan. Fungus is your friend. Because look, I have Alpha Brain pills on it. You should be a sponsor. I don't know why y'all not. I know y'all promote free speech.
You're right.
I know y'all not scared to work with Chingo Bling. Come on, man. I'm just a little Latinx. So I fuck with them Alpha Brain supplements. And then my boy Javi Luna put me on this powder called OM. You ever heard of it? It's like a shroom blend of like lion's mane,
is it a Four Sigmatic?
Like all kind of cordyceps and shit. Say what now?
Is it from that Four Sigmatic?
Four Sigmatic, no. But I used to fuck with Four Sigmatic as well. No, this is a company called OM.
Okay.
And I bought the hot chocolate one, so it's like a little cacao powder, but it has all that little nootropic shrooms in it, like lion's mane and chaga shit like that.
Yeah.
Now, last night, I had a little piece of chocolate, had some nootropics in it.
Yeah, how'd you like
And
it?
that was a little 0.25. It's the bee's knees, bro. Like homeostasis. You just like, chew. It's like they just like wiped your brain off of whatever little dust and shit was on top of your brain.
Yeah.
And I just, I was super relaxed. I slept like, well, I didn't sleep. I was like awake when the baby was up, but I was still like, just chilling.
I guess you could have slept really well then had you had no disruptions.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Yeah, if I have a 1-year-old.
Or if she just would have stayed asleep. All right, so I'll be sure that we have more of those chocolates around.
Yeah. I'm going to have to holler at your boy.
Show. So, there's a lot in the news, and we have a lot here on our notes for today, but I don't know how much you know about it, but it'll just be fun to kind of riff about it. The whole FTX thing, we kind of talked about it on Coffee Seat the time.
That shit gets deeper and deeper every time.
I know.
Every day they're like, oh, I didn't know. Damn, I hope I screenshotted it. There was some new, what was it? Epstein. Something about
God, what?
Somehow they connect all the dots of these people. It's like Epstein, Ukraine, FTX. Let me see if I screenshot
Go for it.
I know the Fed's digging in my phone. They could probably pull it up before me. They probably like, oh, this is the one right here, Chingo.
Well, while you're looking for that, actually, I wanted to ask you, do you remember the ads that were running? Actually, before I play that, I'm going to play this for the listeners and for you, just so that we can kind of if you're not too familiar with it, get a context of this story we're referencing.
New chaos in the world of cryptocurrency. FTX shocked investors by declaring bankruptcy this week. It spent millions making sure its name was seen and
Pause
known.
real fast.
CBS is...
I can't wait to see. This is mainstream media. This is CBS, right? So I can't wait to see how they sugarcoat it, because I think it was was it Washington Post or New York Times did a story on that dude while he's on the run, and the meme. Did you see it?
I saw the article, wasn't it, where they were like, who had a rough upbringing but pulled himself up and was prospering or something?
Yeah, there was no mention of fraud. There was no mention of like stealing. Malfeasance, like the meme that I saw, it was just a checklist of words that could have been used to like how you basically stole from people. And then the last box, which was checked in, was basically how they put a soft take. It was just kind of like, he slept well.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He said he still sleeps at night. He slept well and and they made sure to put that in there, But go on, let's see what CBS talking about.
Astrid Martinez has more.
The impact of the FTX collapse has been immediate and extensive.
FTX is the safest and easiest way to buy and sell crypto.
The cryptocurrency empire had made a number of expensive sports-related investments, including with Major League Baseball, whose umpires wear the company's logo.
Wow.
And despite a reported $135 million 19-year deal struck just last year, the Miami Heat's FTX Arena will soon have a new name.
Everyone got
Team in
played.
Miami-Dade County saying the reports
Not
about
Elon.
FTX
True.
are extremely disappointing.
He wanted to meet with
We're
Elon.
not going
I
to
know.
know the full
He curved that
impact
boy.
of this for weeks, if not months. I compare it to Lehman Brothers.
This week, the multi-billion-dollar company run by Sam Bankman-Fried crashed. The company
Pause.
filed for Chapter 11.
His name is Bankman.
Bankman freed, like he's freeing you from the Bankman.
Man, press play.
Bankruptcy Friday, with Bankman-Fried issuing a mea culpa on Twitter. Today, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told Bloomberg that she's convinced this sector demands very careful regulation.
Oh.
Pause.
Oh, yep.
Not only did they funnel money into the Dems' pockets, not only did they launder some shit through Ukraine, Ukraine invested in that was the meme I need to find. It was like federal government takes money from people, hands it over to Ukraine, Ukraine invests into FTX, FTX invests in the Democrats. But anyway, not only did they accomplish everything they wanted to accomplish, like they funded the midterm campaign, they fleeced people millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they get to have Janet Yellen hop on TV. Peep game, y'all. I'm gonna do this one slow so y'all can soak this. Pull your biscuits out and soak up this game. Not only did they honey dick y'all, but now they get Janet Yellen gets to hop on TV and be like, oh, y'all see why we got to be all up in y'all's grill about crypto? Y'all see why we need a U.S. digital currency tied into your social credit score, tied into your carbon footprint? Y'all don't see how FTX has proven that we, the government, got to be in your grill with your crypto? they also were able to manage. This is warfare, bro.
Yeah, it's strategic as fuck too.
This is warfare. This the same side, bro. They willing to kill babies.
Oh yeah, that's at the bottom of their list though.
They cool with that. They
Yeah.
pushing that, not like, oh man, I made a mistake a long time ago. I regret it. They in a very slick manner. This the same people that will wage economic warfare on Chingo Bling.
That have waged economic warfare.
Anyway, it's up.
Place for this would be for Congress to put some proper legislation in place to really give guardrails for this.
An industry that had boomed, especially during the pandemic, now in free fall. And FTX put out a statement today that it was investigating unauthorized transactions flowing from its accounts. Adriana.
Who's investigating?
I didn't hear that last part.
Its accounts.
Mm.
Adriana is investigating
God damn it.
unauthorized free fall. And FTX put out a statement today that it was investigating
They get to investigate
This
themselves.
sounds like fucking Fauci and the NISD.
It sounds like Pfizer too. They said, my bad. We're gonna check into what's going on with the myocarditis.
How do we sound like crazy people? Just reporting it, just breaking down the shit. They're not even hiding it. They're just like, here it is.
Yeah, Thanksgiving gonna be lit. That's why this channel finna be lit. All these clips finna be lit.
You guys are the proxies. You are the signal. We are the signal. You guys spread the signal.
We just got to give it to y'all in nuggets.
Yeah, that's true.
These little nuggets, man. People gonna be like, God damn, I'm starting to peep.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. That's why I always comment to these people that are like, oh, you fucking sold out. How could you have da-da-da? You used to be about this. Da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, enjoy your war and inflation.
Yeah, I can't even speak for Chingo. All I got to say is that I want all those people who are railing against this show and what we've said for the last 2 years, I want you to succeed. I genuinely do. I want you to see whatever light you need to see. I need you to take whatever course of action you've never taken before in your life and try something that might work out better for you. And it's going to start with having a different perspective, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I'm going to channel my energy of like, instead of people being like, man, Chingo, he gets so worked up, man. Why he so into this? Why does he care so much? So you really like listening to that? You really like talking about that stuff? I'm going to channel all that little emotion into keep my foot on y'all's neck.
Hey, too soon?
You know, metaphorically. Golly, boy. Metaphorically.
It's one of those days.
That's why we tagging Latino Hollywood. Go ahead and push Fetterman.
Yeah.
Y'all know y'all want to.
Oh,
y'all want President Cyborg with his little machine, and shit, bro. By the time they elect that goofy,
yeah.
By the time they push and play Despacito, and he gets to come out his hoodie and be like, "Oh, Latinx," and fucking Eva Longoria's like, "Oh my God, democracy, we did it, President Fetterman."
Sounds like she's getting railed by Latinx.
Pretty much.
Is this here? Look, this is what Chingo's referencing. I'm pretty sure, right? Let's see how good this camera focuses. Look at that.
So what is it at the top in that orange bucket? Taxes. So you pay your taxes, then the government gives it to Ukraine, and then Ukraine put it in FTX, and the FTX gave it to the Dems, and then what is that? Vote Blue. What is that? A PAC?
It's their I believe so. Yeah.
Basically, they campaigned off your money. How did they use your tax dollars to campaign? There needs to be another arrow from tax dollars. Just to really fucking simplify it, because y'all know these public schools ain't that great.
Just make it full circle.
These public schools ain't that great. I'm trying to break into the people that watch Fools Gone Wild.
Well,
and
it's actually a really good point, because once the last arrow was down to the Vote Blue PAC, right, or whatever group, whatever it is, the full circle would be that then you have them asking for donations, so you give more of your money, even more to this PAC or to these candidates, right?
So they could further push
killing
babies and shit like that.
Man, I really, I'm old. I feel like in my mind I'm old. Like I've mentally become a 6-year-old American. It's like, these fucking kids. But really, they're just dumb. Yeah, I know I just also said I wish you all well, but also a lot of you are stupid as fuck. And that's me speaking, not Chingo Bling.
Yeah, man. I mean, ni modo, way. Like, I mean, think about it, though. It depends on what we're talking about, right? In terms of like, well, what bad decision did they make that was misinformed? Like, let's just say hypothetically,
For starters, not having enough skepticism is where you fucked up. The fact you don't want to have any skepticism of what's going on around you, that's number one.
Yeah. So if anything, is it fair to call people stupid for believing the media too much, believing the government too much, believing the bureaucrats, believing Fauci, believing Big Pharma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where they scared them. They're still human, right? We can call them stupid, but they were afraid. So they scare you with this invisible thing, but the tests and the numbers and CNN, they put in the numbers. That's why I can't stand mainstream media and CNN, because they're all in on the psyop. It's one thing to say, well, you know, Chingo, they are funded by Big Pharma, so did you really think they weren't? It's like, it's no longer a stretch to be like, y'all helped psyop people. So did Big Tech. Because the minute you say, hey, man, they didn't test that shit, bro. Or, hey, they're not talking about the VAERS numbers. They're not talking about the side effects or the injuries that may come with it. It's not a one size fits all. What they were doing was vilifying certain doctors, vilifying treatments, vilifying Joe Rogan. You know, Big Tech, they stuck they fucking cuchara all up in your menudo. And the minute you tried to say, hey, y'all, we got to look into this myocarditis, pericarditis, blood clots, so on, etc. And what is the risk benefit analysis when you're talking about young males taking the jabby jab?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? The minute you try to tweet about it, oh, you too into that stuff. Why are you so upset? Why are you getting so worked up? Why are you being a tinfoil hat conspiracy? Why are you? And then Big Tech silences you. And y'all wonder why people get mad at Big Tech. And y'all wonder why they were happy that Elon Musk was hopefully going to change some shit. But what does the left do? Oh, Whoopi Goldberg, I'm out. I can't be on this fascist. Hollywood, boy, y'all so out of touch and disconnected.
I was gonna try to pull up a clip. Something you said in that rant reminded me of how journalists will get scoops. You know, they'll get leaks or whatever. And have you seen that video that started going viral again? This is from like the 80s, I think, where a former FBI agent, I think, or a CIA agent is talking to a reporter about how they'll go and basically, you're talking about they're all the psyop, right? Mm-hmm. So they'll go find like a young journalist and feed them some information.
Oh yeah. You
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, honey dick.
Yeah. Have you seen that clip?
Pull it up.
Okay, I'll try to find it. It's somebody. A couple of people tweeted it out. I'm trying to find it on their feeds.
They've been doing that.
Oh yeah, forever.
I wasn't too up on game. You know, I was too busy having a little rap career and shit.
A great rap. Some might say one of the best.
You know, some might say very influential. All of a sudden, bro, what year is it gonna be when all the raza be like, yo, this is the wave. Like this is fashionable. You know what I mean? Like when they let's just say the Cub movement. Mm-hmm. Gets super mainstream in a way where it's like, man, this shit is like, wow, where did this stem from? Where did this influence? Who's the Godfather? You know what I mean? Where did they get that from? Who'd they get their style from? Who influenced them?
And who's gonna come back to always?
Ben Paisa. Way before Paisa was popping. See us in the kitchen, had me new shit dropping. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you still looking for the clip?
I'm still trying to look for the clip, otherwise I would have kept that going with it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Cafecito Time candles. Please get yours now. Where do they go, Rob?
TwinCandleCo.com. Use promo code TIA10 to save 10% on your order. Actually, shout out to Corpitos Trompitos. He placed a big order, but I was going to reference him earlier too. He's been going really deep in this FTX rabbit hole to the point where I might have to reach out to him and be like, hey, you comfortable trying to explain this all on a podcast maybe, or just like call in, leave a voicemail so the listeners can hear it? Because there's so many. I didn't even know the Epstein. You just brought up Epstein. I haven't seen anything that's tied him together to this, but not surprised. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, dog. Cafecito Time Candles. Make sure you also tune in to the podcast, Cafecito Time Podcast. My wife and I, we sit there and do Cafecito and Chisme. It's about 30 minutes episodes. They drop on Tuesdays. And you can find the clips on my YouTube channel. Just type in Chingo Bling.
Oh, boom. Found it. All right. Let me cue this bitch up for you real quick. Man, this was hard to find. But Luke, we are change posted.
I also was an interrogator and briefed the press when we, the CIA, wanted to circulate disinformation. I would go to a journalist, usually. The journalist would go with it because it looked like some kind of exclusive. The correspondents we targeted were those who had terrific influence. I would be directed to cultivate them and slowly but surely to try to gain their confidence by dolloping out valid information which was true And then I would drop into a conversation the data that we wanted to get across, which might not be true. If I planted a piece of information with a reporter, I would ordinarily then try to create an environment in which he could not check the information. Go to the British ambassador and brief him on the disinformation I had just given the reporter. So when the reporter wanted to cross-check, he would get false confirmation. I also was an interrogator.
I think Hillary, there's a clip of Hillary saying the same shit.
Really?
Where she's like, yeah, we just leak a story to the press and they don't need to know, they won't ever know if it's true or not. By then, we done accomplished what we wanted to accomplish, AKA the laptop. In my stand-up, I drop in a little tag or two about Hunter and it goes over people's heads. They're like, what? The president's son? Who's that? What do you mean? What do you mean higher than the president's son? What are you talking about?
He's just some dude.
And you know, it's just that we're ahead of the curve, Rob. Like a lot of people aren't seeing the writings on the wall.
No, not at all. Not at all. What they are seeing, though, are all these headlines as I type in Trump. I just typed in Trump announcement. Trump is on the defense as he prepares for his expected 2024 announcement. Inside Trump's dicey 2024 campaign. That's every article.
They still want to indict him, too. They're going to try to indict him.
He ain't doing shit. More distractions. You know what's going to happen, too, as soon as this all... do you think he's going to announce today? We're recording this on Tuesday, guys, the day before. So
well, yeah, but a lot of people say it's either going to be that announcement he's been teasing or another announcement that may have to do with some more bombshell info pertaining to ballots.
Okay, October surprise in November. I like it.
I mean, I just wish all the people that have TDS that are still very brainwashed by the media, right, that are like, oh, Trump's racist or whatever, I wish they would just like read his posts and just like listen to what he's saying and just like set everything up. Maybe take you some nootropics, pop your little piece of chocolate, you know what I mean? Massage your brain for a second and shut out all the disinformation and misinformation, which they've admitted to, right? Just so that they could like read a Truth Social post. You know what I'm saying?
That's asking a lot.
No, like it literally, I mean, it's hard to have interactions with these people when it comes to politics. But like, imagine if you said, okay, I understand you're like super anti-Trump and you really, you trying to give me reasons of like, well, back in the day, he stiffed some fucking contractors and, you know, his construction and he, you know, well, yeah, what about Trump University, huh? He licensed his name out and they scammed some people and they put his name on it and he got paid for his name, whatever. I would like to be like, okay, all right, look at what Trump's saying about mail-in ballots or whatever. And look at all the shit he's talking. Okay, read it and let me know if you have any questions and what part triggers you. They might be like, well, that's not true, bro. Like, you know, just because a bunch of ballots get mailed to people's houses doesn't mean that like it's going to be prone to scamming. You know, he's just trying to stop black people and brown people from voting, bro. He's trying to kill democracy.
So I'm getting notifications from some of the apps that I follow about, I guess this happened yesterday, because yesterday, Joe Breezy met with Xi Jinping, right, and a couple of other leaders. Did you see that video with him and Justin Trudeau walking in?
Wearing some Maoist suit.
Yeah, he looked just like Kim Jong-un, in the same color and everything. Is it just customary, you think, or is it like part of the whole, like, let's just give this show for the Americans?
Look who owns him, bro.
Yeah.
They know that we know that they know that we know.
They do, and there was nothing mentioned of COVID from what I read during their gathering or whatever. Even though China still has their zero COVID policy, they're still making people stay completely locked down in big cities.
And then our government still has like certain powers because we're under state of what? What do they call that?
Still state of emergency for COVID. Yeah. Hey man,
come on, man.
Greatest show ever written. Been saying this for the last 10 years.
Press
bro.
a button.
Press a button.
I don't give a damn what button it is. There you go. Patreon.com/Red Pill Tamales.
Tim Pool's on a tweeting spree right now.
What's he tweeting about?
If you voted for Kerry Lake in Arizona, I request that you peacefully and kindly go out and protest something to that effect. I got to pull it up.
PSYOP. Be careful. You're not if you're a Republican and you on the right, you GOP, you're not allowed to protest. You asking for problems. You go outside and gather peacefully, guess what? Some Fed on the other side, about 200,000 people away, is going to set it off to frame you. And now if you were there on that day, they're going to commemorate that day and memorialize that day. It's going to be like, pretend they go protest tomorrow. They're going to be like, you know, where were you on November 16th?
Everyone in Arizona who voted for Kari Lake should peacefully protest over the voting machine failures on Election Day. It's not a bad request.
Greg Phillips and Catherine Engelbright from
True the Vote?
True the Vote, right? They just got out the slammer. I think also Kari Lake's people, they have like a website or something. They're basically having, if you have a legit gripe, claim, complaint, like you literally were disenfranchised of your vote, you're able to like log in. Like, I don't know what all the filter systems are to make sure you're legit, because everything got to be tip top magoo. But they're getting ahead of it, and they have a system. So it's a very interesting chess game. And speaking of Greg Phillips, he posted this on, I don't know what this is, this was on True Social. While they had him locked up in the slammer, right? He wrote down, "I will not," and then it says the date, Friday. It's a picture of his handwriting. "I will not, Friday, November 4th, 2022, day 5, federal lockup, Conroe, Texas." And it's a list of 17 things with his signature at the bottom. It says, "I will not submit. I will not quit. I will not sit down. I will not shut up. I will not comply. I will not be silenced. I will not forsake my friends. I will not stop fighting Marxists. I will not submit to any man. I will not stop praising Jesus Christ. I will not stop flipping tables. I will not cower to evil. I will not kneel but to God. I will not stop saying no to the tyrants, hypocrites, and liars. I will not give up on America. I will not agree it's 1984 forever. I will not stop God's crusade for freedom." Greg Phillips, Patriot.
Drop.
You heard the Super Bowl gonna be in Arizona this year, right?
Really?
It's the Steelers versus the Patriots.
Wow. That'd be hilarious. That'd be so funny.
The Steelers versus the Patriots.
Bro, if it's the Steelers versus the Patriots this year, I don't know what we have to.
It's God winking at us. If you don't believe in God after that, I don't know what y'all going
on a regular. I say this on a daily basis. I tell my wife, if you don't believe, I say the universe. If you don't believe the universe is winking at you with some of the, I do. I say that if the universe,
I get it, bro.
If there's so many serendipitous things that happen, it's serendipitous moments and like coincidences, I guess you can call them that. But like Bannon says, there are no coincidences, right?
We don't believe in conspiracies, but there's no coincidence.
Exactly. Then you're just not paying attention. And it's funny enough, I read something. I even referenced it to my wife. I was like, I read something in a book where, people say that if you feel that, like where you feel like it's deja vu, or I feel like, it's serendipity, the Matrix, whatever. People that feel that tend to be more just acutely aware of their surroundings and be more vigilant of what's going on. If you ask somebody, do they feel the same thing, deja vu, the Matrix, whatever, serendipity, and they say no, they are almost complete NPCs where they're not acutely aware of their surroundings, and they're not very vigilant, and they're just detached from, they're just basically the people who are like sleepwalking through their day. They get up, they do the thing, like, don't get me wrong, they do their part in life, but there's nothing outside of that. And but therefore, they're detached from the magic of the universe, or the magic of conspiracy. Some might say conspiracy, you know what I mean?
And every time we record one of these episodes, we like the spoon in the Matrix.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. You know that scene, right? The spoon.
From the Matrix?
The spoon is bending.
Oh,
the little
yeah.
kid, when Neo goes to meet with the Oracle.
You're right.
To be like, man, what's up with this Matrix, big dog?
I need to rewatch it, because the most recent one really put a bad taste in my mouth for the Matrix. It was so bad.
Yeah, I don't even think I saw it.
It was I didn't even finish it. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, peacefully in protest the voting machines. Some might say even in Harris County.
And mail-in ballots. Why you still having to mail in your ballot?
It's bullshit. Bunch of bitches.
Yeah, man.
People really love that clip. I said that last week for some reason in the Discord. They cut that up and posted for everything now. But it's true. There's a lot of no backbone, fence-setting bitches out there who don't want to stand for what they actually believe. We've seen this from entertainers and people who come out of the woodworks and say like, all right, enough is enough. I have to speak out on this. But it took them so long. Like, they had to be stretched so thin that they would have literally just been torn apart if they didn't speak out. But it comes at a price.
Let's pray for Kevin Costner for being a goofy. Being a goofy. You are absurd.
If you don't watch or listen to Guy See the Time, Chingo loves Yellowstone.
I mean, I'll say this. I think it's a well-written show. It's action-packed. The way the characters and what's happening in the story is moving along. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll rest my eyes, too, and I'll sleep through an episode. Like, I'll literally Like me and my wife in bed, like I'll literally just be laying there and not even watching it. So it's not like, oh my God, it's the bee's knees. I mean, I still think it's well done, but I also will say this. People were saying like it's not that it's a conservative type show, it's just that it lacks a lot of the wokeness that's constantly being, and it's still kind of there too, because you got some Native American characters that are very like, obviously, victim mentality. So I never really bought into that whole thing. It's like, this is ultra conservative. I'm like, when my wife was saying something about she was referencing some podcast she listened to, and they were saying something like talking about how people misinterpreted or people said or somebody put those words in someone's mouth, and I was like, I'm like, this is what it is. It's just a dysfunctional family in an interesting setting. That's all it is. It's just they're in Montana.
Sounds like every great show ever.
Exactly. There's nothing new under the sun. All they did was put some cowboy hats, horses, and mountains in the backdrop. That's it.
But in today's climate, it makes it a lot more appealing, right?
Yeah, it's super appealing. People hunger for the rustic. They want to see a bonfire. They like to see horses and you trying to break the horse and a little bit of violence and shit like that. But by no means is this some conservative family. They ain't reading the Bible. They ain't on there promoting nothing really respectful. They're just like super rich and dealing with a bunch of drama. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it really is. But anyway, I had to defend myself because Rob liked to put words in my mouth. Chingo, he love.
I just said you like Yellowstone.
That's one thing about Chingo, boy. That's one thing about Chingo, boy. He's obsessed.
The episode is recorded.
Y'all can go back.
It will drop on Cafecito time. Dude, I'm getting a call from mainland China.
Yeah, man. That's what happens when you got a podcast where you talking that shit. Next thing you know, Fool's Gone Wild is in your DMs and shit saying, stop saying.
Oh, fuck, it went away. I had a call from China mainland.
Man, they spamming from far, far away. There's from the psyop you.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I've already had some run-ins with some alphabet boys.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't think I should really even tell the story on the podcast.
Yeah, no, do not.
I'll tell you off the podcast.
Yeah, I think I might remember some of this, but yeah, no, be careful.
So let's before we go out today. Do you remember the commercial that was playing all the last year? You don't watch a lot of TV, so probably not. But the FTX commercial with Tom Brady and all the other people.
Wow.
Did you remember it?
Goofy.
Bro, check this out.
Goofy of the year.
Retain our positions.
Whoops, Jesus Christ, that's not it.
That's the other FTX.
Give me this.
And they're going to use it as an excuse to regulate crypto and force their shit on you.
Yeah, we talked about it. I got another 10 years left. Maybe 15.
Not that. This is big. What do you think? Are you in?
You know what? I'm in. Let's call everyone.
Hang on a minute. Ah, how dare you call this number? Okay, I'm in. Whatever.
Who's that?
That was my mom.
Hey, Donut, don't eat that.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm in.
I'm in. Hey, Arthur.
Oh, everybody's in. Oh, I think I did see this commercial.
Okay.
Was this the Super Bowl?
Maybe, but they played variations of this.
And where'd they get all the money to set it off
Downstairs toilet again?
like so big out the gate?
A lot of investors, including Tom Brady and Giselle.
Oh, pause real quick. I don't know if Corpitos Trompitos is up on this aspect of the whole FTX debacle, but allegedly, a lot of people who are at Epstein Island had money tied up with Epstein, and when the shit hit the fan, their money was tied up.
Oh my God.
Their money was tied up, right?
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, I can't remember how that ties into FTX. Like that, those basically they were able to get their money out of purgatory. Allegedly, the shit was froze up. Which, by the way, if this ain't a clip, by the way, didn't they just catch all these rich elite pedophile people on the island doing a bunch of crazy stuff to the children? Didn't they? I could have swore. Didn't Epstein? Didn't Ghislaine? I could have swore Ghislaine just had a trial. Didn't Ghislaine have a trial? And then she got locked up, and they gave her 20 years for trafficking minors to elite, crazy politician type people. And then that was it. And we didn't get no list, no names, didn't nobody else. The feds didn't run up in their house. When nobody pulled out their house 5 a.m. in their drawers like they did Project Veritas. That didn't did I miss something? Was I in a coma? Did I wake up? Well, I was too busy reading Proverbs. What happened? I could have swore. Where's the list? I just want to know, was Chrissy Teigen and John Legend there?
They're probably there. If I had to put my
Was
money
Jim
on it.
Carrey there? I don't even know who's all on it. Jimmy Kimmel, Jim Carrey. Anyway, let's finish seeing this debacle.
I'm in.
All right, this last one might be tough.
Nah, he loves you.
Probably just getting another dentist. This guy. First, even if you wanted to come back, we wouldn't take you.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, we would.
You're right, we would. What's up?
I'm getting into crypto with FTX. You in?
We're providing gives 360-degree access to the crypto markets with the ability to trade everything from alts to DeFi. I believe I'm in, but still hate you.
Understood.
Take care. Best of the family.
So,
Is he in?
so everybody was in, and how they like siphon the money? How they pull an Enron? Like, what was the scam part? Where it's like, sorry, I stole from y'all.
The Sam Friedman kid?
Yeah, like they ran a commercial. They were persuasive. Everybody was in. Celebrity football player got paid. Everybody was in. People joined.
Yeah.
Put their money in, and then how they get lost and how they do the rabbit trick.
That's a good question. I don't know because the guy's nowhere to be found. He's on the run. Some might say Argentina right now.
I thought they picked him up in the Bahamian airport or something.
They did?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And that's why he was able to do the interview and be like, I fucked up. And he tweeted like, sorry, I really fucked up.
Oh, no, I think he's gone.
You think he's in Argentina already?
I think he's probably somewhere where they can't extradite him, like in the AUE or something.
I could have swore they caught him
What the fuck's this kid's name?
Sam.
SBF, right? How weird, too, that fucking acronym. I don't know. Sam Bankman.
Well, could you pause so I can take a leak?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I got a baby bladder. So what's up? Did you find it?
What?
Weren't you looking for something?
No.
You were like, what's the guy's name? Was he extradited? Where is he?
Oh, you're right. Chingo went to go take a leak, and I just stopped looking for the fucking guy's name.
Rob was worried about that Chinese phone call.
I listened to it. It was just like, ni hao, whatever. I don't want to fucking be blasted by it, but that's what it was all in Mandarin or something. Wall Street Journal reports that FTX founder Sam Friedman attempts to raise fresh cash despite bankruptcy. Nothing about him being... This is from the New York Post an hour ago. They reported New York Times ripped for softball article on crypto fraudster.
Yeah, there it is. New York Times did a soft take.
That was what you referenced earlier.
He was able
right?
to sleep at night and shit like that.
Yeah, but no, this guy's gone, I think.
I mean, the people he's connected to, they're going to make sure he's good.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, look at who he's connected to. And worst case, they'll let him be the fall guy. Like, hey, got to take one for the Dems.
How Sam Bankman-Fried's crypto empire collapsed. So somebody tweeted out, disgraceful reporting by the New York Times on FTX. It portrays SBF as a charitable entrepreneur who went under and does not mention the words fraud, criminal, substance abuse, friends, and family. Bahamas. I think that's where he went. He went to the Bahamas. Stolen funds, wiped from servers, anywhere.
Okay, who posted that?
This is just a random Twitter guy, I believe.
That's a tweet I had seen too. Like, they could have said fraud, this.
Oh, no, it's an account. Alex Kruger.
Godless, Sex Island.
Yeah.
His mama, who his mama was connected to, and his girlfriend, and who her daddy is. And then you got the dude. It's like this crazy web, right?
Yeah.
The guy that runs the FTC or whatever that is. And
FCC, I think, right? Or
No.
Federal Trade Commission?
Yeah,
FTC.
FTC. And then this other dude who I forget his thing, and he's the daddy of this little girl, and this little girl was one of the girls he was.
I mean, the World Economic Forum had them on their website. They were like a company that were heavily like invested in somehow, right?
All on stage with Bill Clinton and them, all of them connected to that goddamn island.
Yeah, come on.
And
man.
then Elon Musk was like, Elon Musk slipped it. He was like,
Keanu Reeves did it. Neo'd that shit.
He bobbed and weaved that shit because he wanted to have a meeting so bad. It's like they were trying to like seem legit while getting people caught in their little fucking spider web.
Yeah, that's most of politics, I would say, right? Just trying to,
and crooked money people.
Well, yeah, that's politics, right?
And that's it. There's no other things that they have in common you want to mention.
Yeah. So anyway, on top of all that, a bunch of other like Steph Curry, some other athletes apparently are probably going to lose a shit ton of money. They're going to lose their ass on this, but I don't even know what that means, right? When you hear like, let's see, so SBF's the Sam character, he resigned after his assets plummeted. He went from a net worth of $16 billion at the beginning of last week to nothing at the end of the week. Man, yeah. What? If this isn't talked about for the rest, like for the next year, then you know some shit went up. Something's going to get swept under the rug. It'll either be Trump. Once Trump announces, no more conversations about elections, no more conversations about FTX.
And that's how the news works. Yet people trust it, thinking that, well, the way it works, Chingo, is news happens, and then they tell us the news. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
Daily Caller reports, FBI had 8 informants in the Proud Boys on January 6th, court documents show.
Yeah, that's that they're willing to admit.
Exactly.
That they know of. And these are probably like very professional, elite level to where those 8 militia informant feds were able to set it off and frame people, whether that means moving barricades so people get caught up in the area where they're not supposed to be, whispering in people's ear, telling them, we need to go that way. That's where our problems are. But hey, I'm just a crazy guy at Thanksgiving. Don't listen to me.
But now that the tour's over, man, what can people, be waiting for? What can they be anticipating from Chingo Bling?
Man, what Chingo Bling's trying to do is catch up from all, you know what I mean? We got a lot of different types of projects, and thankfully, touring and traveling is not one of them for the little while. I just have like a private gig that might go through in California, but that's like in and out. Meanwhile, we're gonna keep poking at the bear, Latino Hollywood and their conglomerates, you know what I'm saying? But no, obviously podcasting.
Oh yeah.
It's wintertime. Hopefully be able to drop like some cool beanies and hoodies and stuff, and continue to grow the Patreon, continue to grow everything we're doing on social media, all the reels, all the Facebooking. Rob's gonna help me set up my little YouTuber computer area so I can
little content corner.
Yeah, American Cholo, you ain't finna be the only one going live.
God,
you ain't the only one with StreamYard. No,
everybody look out.
Nah, but shout out to Gil. He gave me some pointers on what some of the equipment I might want to have, and he's doing his thing. And but yeah, I definitely want to add that, and we shall see, because at the moment, this is the crazy thing. At the moment, Rob and I, we batch record, so we really only recording a few hours one day out the week. But for some reason, it's like, it just seems like, okay, well, why are you not able to get all the other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is the real flex. The real flex is having your kids in activities and taking them to the activity. That's the real flex.
Yeah. So support directly, patreon.com.
That's my version of wealth. That's how I flex. Like, how many activities your kids got?
Patreon.com/Red Tamales, Rockfin.com/Red Tamales for the premium content and the Discord server access. Like, that community building aspect of the podcast is really one of probably the very top, the pinnacle of what's happening, is like these people that are coming together through the Discord, through communities. Some of them met up on their own, had their own little gatherings. We've talked about doing that here in the near future. So
maybe on this next episode, we'll talk about goals and stuff, because to answer your question better, I started writing down some November goals, even though we already motherfucking November 15th. We halfway done with the month. And I'm just now sitting down with some chicken scratch. Like, okay, I got my tea. My wife is doing something. I'm here watching the girls. All right, I'm gonna bust out the paper. And
better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never. And one of them was trying to get some more sponsors. And so I made my little system of how I was going to go about doing that.
Okay.
We're going to get on Public Square and see what type of conservative businesses are in the area. And if we got to fucking pull up, and hopefully they don't be like, oh, let's see what you talk about on your podcast. But that's also why we want to have some non-political podcasts too, so people aren't like, hey, we're not too comfortable with this election denier. You're supposed to be okay with mail-in ballots. You have to be okay with that, Chingo. You're not allowed. This is America, man. You can't say certain things or they'll fucking wage economic warfare on you. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.